Good morning, class. Welcome to Saint Peter School. This is your science class, and in previous class we already have completed the chapter number 2. Now today we are going to start with the question and answer. So first question is write the answer to the following question in your own words. What are the differences between plants and animals? So I think before also I have given you a assignment when the chapter was going on. I asked you to write the difference between living and non-living also, and the plants and the animals. So there start reading what are the differences between plants and animals. First is they can make their own food by the process of photosynthesis. They are autotrophs. Okay, so the organism which prepares their own food is known as autotrophs, and plants used to prepare their own food. That's why it is known as autotrophs. While animal are dependent on the other animal, small animal, so they are known as the heterotrophs. So organism which depends on the other for their food and nutrition, that is called heterotrophs. Okay, so we human beings are also heterotrophs because we are dependent on the products and animal products. So animals are heterotrophs while plants are known as autotrophs. So this is the main difference between plants and the animals. Second one is they show movement but cannot show locomotion. That is, they cannot change their position from one place to another. When we are studying about the movement in the plant, we understood that there is not a movement like a locomotion. They don't transfer from one place to another place, while at one place only in their place only they show the responses, that is the result of movement. So but it is not exactly taken as a movement, because while animal can easily move from one place to another place. They show response to stimuli but lack sense organ. They also show response to stimuli, have well developed sense organ. Okay, plants can easily they can easily sense the example we have studied mimosa plant. When we touch the mimosa plant, their leaf will curl. So that is a type of stimulation done in the some plants. But what happens, like no organs are well developed, we cannot understand very clearly that the plants can hear us, or plant can see us, or plant can stimuli every time. Okay, so all the sense organ are not developed. Now, last one is they grow throughout their life and they stop growing once they reach their adult form. Okay, there the plants used to grow lots of plants are there who used to grow the lifetime, while all the animals are have a fixed lifespan. Okay, so these are the few differences between plants and the animals. Now come to the question number two. What helps them to breathe? Sorry, what are the similarities between plants and animals? So, just now we discussed about the difference between plants and animals. Now we are going to discuss about the similarities between the plants and animals. So, in the chapter we already studied this. What are the what are the similarities between, because all the activities which a living being used to perform are also performed by the plant also, because and that's why plant is also considered as a living organism. Apart from various differences, plants and animals also have some similarities. Plants and animals both show a vital process like growth, reproduction, respiration, excretion. Both of them require energy to carry out their various function. Okay, so ha, what are the similarities? The plant can also grow, animal and also grow. Reproduction, plant also reproduce through this help of seeds, while animals also reproduce by laying eggs or giving young ones. And excretion, plants also do excretion in the form of water vapor, while animals also do the excretion. So these are the respiration. Yes, the plants also used to intake a carbon dioxide and take out oxygen, while animals also intake oxygen and gives carbon dioxide. So this is the process of respiration. So these all are the activities which are performed by both plants and the animals. Now, question number three: how is plant kingdom useful to us? How is plant kingdom useful to us? The plant kingdom has various uses in our life, like they provide habitat for a variety of organisms. The very first of all, because the forest, in the most of the animals used to live in the forest, so this is the they provide habitat, their home to the living organism. They are the major producer of oxygen. We all know that plants, why plant is very important to us, because plant used to give oxygen for us, and oxygen is a basic requirement for our survival. Now, they provide us with the wood that is the source of fuel and other products like furniture. They provide us with the plants that have medicinal and ornamental importance. They provide us with the plants that have medicinal and the ornamental importance. So, lots of the plants are having a medicinal properties which is used in making medicines also, and they have medicinal property. They have they have medicinal values. Now, question number D. How is the how is the animal kingdom useful to us? Now, and just now we have seen what are the useful for the like a useful of the plant. Now we are going to discuss about the what is useful of animal. So animal kingdom is useful to us in a various ways. The animal from the animal kingdom can be domesticated for various purpose. There are three categories of useful domesticated animals: milk and flesh yielding animals, like for the farming animals is known as those animals which is used to like they and those animals are domesticated for the supply of milk and the flesh, like for example cattle, goat, poultry, pigs, sheep, and etc. So these all animals are kept in the farm. The draught animals, these are the animals used for transportation, plowing of the field, and other agriculture. So here we are looking that the animals are domesticated for their various use. For first for the milk and flesh yielding animal. Second one is draught animals. These are the animals used for transportation, ploughing of milk fields, मतलब खेत को जोतने में, and other agriculture activities. They are hardy and can lift heavy loads also for the transportation they are used. Last one is fiber, hide and skin yielding animals. Most of the animals are used to from which the help of sleepers made the leather, which we obtain from the animal's skin only. Wool we used to like obtain from the sheep, that is very important for us. So in this way, these all animals are very important too. So these are the useful of animal kingdom. Now last question: what makes living things different from non-living things? Okay, so I know all of you have done this question earlier also. So let's have a quick revision. Check or either check your answer. You are right or not. They are made up of cells. They are made up of cells. Living things are made up of cells. They are not made up of cells. They show movement, but the energy of movement comes from within the organism. They show movement by taking the external force. We used to force something non-living from one place to another. They cannot move by their own. They require food. They do not require food. Growth in them is irreversible. Growth is reversible. Okay. Respiration occurs in which food is oxidized to release energy. They do not require respiration. Non-living things do not perform respiration process. Reproduction occurs in living things. Non-living things do not reproduce. So these are the main difference between them, between the living things and the non-living things. Now we are done with the question number one. In next class, we'll discuss about the rest of the questions. So till the time, just keep revising all the points, start noting the question answer in your notebook, and start learning it too. So till the time, take care and bye bye.